This is an ordinary Lego minifigure. And this is 100,000 Lego coins. He can easily get it. So to get this money, he has to go through a huge and deadly obstacle course, where he might be crushed by walls, eaten by crocodiles, or be burned by laser beams. But first, to prevent anyone from stealing this money, I'm going to assemble a transparent container for them. Very special. I made this cube using an indestructible glass bullet. To make this cube, there are 15 Lego bricks. High, completely transparent inside. We put this pile of money to the side. Add a few more packs. Then cover it with dollar bills on top. Now the minifigure can see the goal he is fighting for. Okay. Now we continue the first room with the role of Mr. I've already conceived it. Everything to realize it. I just need to pick up this plate and many small round bricks. And also a brick structure. I'll install it at the back. Now my task is to stick these round bricks in the middle. On this plate, both the top and bottom sides need to be glued. And they need to be exactly the same. Now I need to install the following structure in the middle. Made with 2 bricks. I think you've noticed. The middle part will be a little higher than the edges. I really need 2 of these structures. These can be used as walls. But they are not particularly suited to be walls. It looks like I'm going to show it in advance now. I'm ready. The real wall. They will obviously be on the edge. This is a wall with an entrance. That is, door. Then I install it on the real wall along the entire perimeter. This creates a small room. However, there are holes in these walls. The first hole and the second hole. Our minifigure can go out from here. But these holes are not designed for this purpose. The structure we made before needs a second hole inserted. We will fix it on the other side. I also assembled a lever-based rack like this. It can help the minifigure leave this room alive. Accordingly, he needs to be right in the middle, like this. He will have a certain amount of time to find the correct combination of these levers. And the walls of this room will move closer to him every second, until these small patterns are flattened. All that's left is to connect everything together. After the minifigure happily leaves the death room with these walls, he will come to a small room like this. There will be an exit. But not like this. The exit will be behind a glass door on the second floor. So, to get to the second floor, you need to build a staircase. I've assembled it as well. You can decorate it with a small plant. We install the stairs here. Now let me explain why there needs to be a second floor here. The fact is, I've made a lot of structures like this. It's a regular tall white piece, connected to a regular 2x2 Lego brick. I made a lot. A whole lot, really. It's just that not all of them are very stable. Let me explain what this means. These supports need to be placed like this. The first one is like this. We have a real one and a fake one. They both need to be placed along the entire perimeter, all the way to the third room. We will install a wall behind. There will be a bridge here. Finally, you need to jump onto the bridge. There will be a door there to the third room. There are powerful lasers in the room. Our happy and cheerful little person will come to this room. Then he will have to choose to jump onto the support on the right or left. If he chooses wrong, he'll fall right into the water. Looks like you fell in the water. So what? At the same time, you can swim. Swim calmly. You will reach the bridge. But it's not that simple. After all, I'm going to add a crocodile to the water. It will live here, protecting its waters from the disturbance of unwelcome guests like humans. The likelihood of him choosing all the supports correctly is extremely. For example, because the game has many participants. But here, there's only him. And he has to go through all this alone. So you understand he doesn't have the right to make mistakes. Once he makes a mistake, the game is over. Alright, let's be optimistic. Imagine him finally passing this test. Then let's build the third room. It won't be easy to pass. This will be one of the most difficult tests he has to go through here. Because the previous test was on the second floor, I decided to make the passage into the last room. Have a unique design, in the form of these climbing handholds. This is where he has to go down. But that's not the hardest thing he has to do here. I've prepared a brick wall like this with side latches, one of which will protrude from the first wall like this. We'll put the second one here accordingly. Don't fix it for now, because we need to install the lasers. But Lego has never had parts for making lasers. I've got an idea. The fact is Lego has these kinds of parts. But these are very flexible sticks. And they perfectly fit these holes on the black Lego bricks. This will create the same lasers. Can be installed at a certain angle. So it will be very difficult to pass through them. If you touch them, you're done for. Game over. I happen to have 4 sticks like this. I think that's enough. Let's insert the first one here first. Imagine what it's like to go down. And then hit a powerful laser beam. Then we install the second one under the first one. So you can crawl through from under. But under the second one, you have to crawl through from under. Then you have to step over it. Then there will be a third one. You can also step over here. But you can't crawl over it. There will be another laser above. If you jump over, it's easy to hit your head. However, we will also install a second wall. The lasers will be installed inside in this way. We have inserted the first laser. And the final, most insidious laser is still there. And it is also electrified. I suggest you pass this test. But start from the end. You can't crawl under this laser. The minifigure will really hit it with its head. His head is really big. That's why you need to jump over or step over. Then there's a second laser of the same type. But it's dangerous to hit the laser above. And the distance between these 2 lasers is quite small. However, you can still crawl under the last laser. I don't know why he's unhappy. He made it through. Let's change his head. Put the hat back in place. Because with the hat on, he can pass this laser test. In my opinion, This is definitely not a good choice. Having successfully passed all the rooms, he will come to the last room. In this golden room, prize awaits him. So I propose to take the prize out of this glass box. Once inside this room. By the way, what do you think? Can you pass through such a room of death rays? There's a hungry crocodile ready to swallow you below. It all starts from the first room, where there are walls that contract. I think this is terrifying. Do you think you can pass this kind of obstacle course?